Hey there, everybody. I am King 5 meteorologist Leah Pizzetti. It is Saturday evening, just after 6 p.m. and we're finally seeing the sun coming out. After a pretty rainy day to start, a little bit of clearing this evening, and that clearing will hold on into the most of the upcoming week. So here's a look from Everett and Tacoma as of this Saturday evening. Clouds still hanging on, but we are really seeing that blue sky start to peek out. That trend will continue here into the next couple of hours. Also taking you to the airport, same thing, still holding on to some cloud coverage out there. Temperatures still on the cooler side. Most of us are spending this evening in the 50s, so a cooler day today. But as we head into the next couple of days, we will see some changes. So for the remainder of your Saturday night, these showers, clouds, and wind that's picking up will taper off tonight. Then most of this next week will be dominated by sunshine and temperatures in the 70s, so much different than what we saw today. And we do have some potential for northern lights viewing. So a lot to unpack. Let's take a look. Let's take you to satellite and radar, show you the rain that moved through. It really did exactly what we expected it to. It moved through right around lunchtime. It brought that widespread light rain. It pushed off to the east very quickly, and it leaves behind mostly dry weather. As of this Saturday evening, we do still have a couple lingering raindrops. Looks like just north of Skycomish and Highway 2 as of right now. But that dry weather is moving in right now, and that will continue into the next couple of hours. Accumulations were very minor. Most of us saw around 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch to the north. Here's a look at gusts that we observed today. It was a little bit breezy as that front moved through. For western Washington, we kept the gusts under about 30 miles per hour, with the exception of the Strait of Juan de Fuca, where we did see Whidbey Island saw a gust of 37 miles per hour, Port Angeles at 32 miles per hour. So that typical area saw the stronger wind. You're very much used to it. But I want to point your attention to eastern Washington. Leavenworth and Wenatchee, as expected, did see very blustery conditions today. Leavenworth clocked in a gust of 47 miles per hour. Wenatchee clocked in a gust of 51 miles per hour. Thankfully, the worst of the wind is behind us. As we head into our evening and overnight hours, we're going to continue to see those winds subside. Here we are at 11 p.m. Saturday night. Leavenworth and Wenatchee are still a little bit breezy out there, but not quite as windy. The wind was for most of our evening hours. For the remainder of tonight, we'll see that sunshine peaking out, temperatures staying in the 50s, and then we'll spend most of our overnight hours in the 50s, with lows tomorrow morning cooling into the 40s for most of us in western Washington. And as we take a look at the next 7 days, really not a lot of change heading our way. Temperatures will be gradually warming up as we head into early next week, and then they're just going to stay put, pretty stagnant for the next week or so. Let's take a closer look at your Sunday. Sunday is going to be much different than Saturday. Saturday had that rain. Today had that rain moving through, but for tomorrow we're dominated by the sunshine. Temperatures will warm up a little bit, so we'll spend most of the afternoon in the 60s for most of us in western Washington. In fact, some areas, especially down to the south, could even hit the 70-degree threshold. So Shelton, Olympia, Chehalis, Puyallup, you have a good shot at giving the 70s a run for their money. A little bit cooler up to the north in the mid 60s, and also cooler along the coast in the low 60s. A little bit warmer off to the east. Wenatchee just shy of that 80-degree marker for your Sunday. So a really comfortable seasonal day. Seasonal temperatures. This is what's normal for this time of the year. Bellingham is usually in the mid 60s, so that's where we'll see it tomorrow. SeaTac and Olympia in the upper 60s. Today, though, Saturday, so far, we've stayed cooler than normal. Bellingham about 7 degrees cooler than normal. SeaTac is about 5 degrees cooler than normal. Olympia just 1 degree shy. So cooler than normal temperatures today, but that will change into tomorrow with those highs that are much closer to normal. And then eventually beyond that, we'll warm things up even more. All right, I told you about the aurora. It does look like we have the potential for some aurora borealis forecasts or viewing tonight. This is from the Space Weather Prediction Center. So Saturday night's forecast, tonight's forecast, not quite as strong. This red line, the bottom area that could potentially view it, does cut through Washington. But as we take a look at Sunday night's forecast, it does look like most of Washington is right on the edge and does have a shot of that viewing. The strongest viewing, of course, as always, is up to the north. So if you want to head into British Columbia, you'll have a better shot We will get a better view of potential and timing and strength as we get a little bit closer to this event, but just mark your calendars. Sunday night, tomorrow night, that's going to be a pretty good shot at viewing. And the good news is we're staying clear during that time frame. So we will hold on to clear skies starting tomorrow. That trend continues into most of this upcoming week. A weak disturbance tries to brush by Thursday and into Friday, but really it's not going to do too much for us, just a little bit of cloud coverage. So overall, it is a very mild pattern for us. It's thanks to this ridge of high pressure that sets up into early next week. You can see it right here. So this is going to just sit off of the coast for us, and it's staying put through most of this week. So I just rolled that through Friday, and you see it is still stuck right there. So that is what is helping keep our temperatures on the warm side, skies clear, blocking any storms from making their way into western Washington. A complete look at your 7-day forecast shows that once we make it into those low 70s, that's about where we'll stay. In fact, into next week, we actually have a shot at getting into the upper 70s and into the low 80s. That's still a week out, so we'll keep a closer eye on that as we get a little bit closer. But for now, the big picture, the moral of the story is get ready for a sunny week. And tomorrow is the first week of June. So this is our first week of June, brings the sunshine. Monday is our first 9 p.m. sunset. Yesterday, Friday, marks 3 weeks until the summer solstice. So yes, summer is knocking on our door.